Hey guys, how's it going? Here's something new. This is a, I don't know what year it is. I'm thinking 60s. Wilesco live steam engine. This is one of the toys. Previously on the channel we had worked on one of these. I think we've worked on a couple of them actually. My brother had one. We changed some parts over from one to it, or from one to another, as well as we did a few other things. We cut a boiler open to look inside of it because the boiler was in pretty rough shape. The sight glass was missing and the bolts were mangled up and the threads were rough in the boiler. So went ahead and just said, you know, I'm curious as to what's inside of this thing. Why not pull it apart and just see what's in it? No, we're not doing that with this. Don't get excited. So I don't know what year this one is. I'm thinking 60s. I'm sure you can see it right here. This is sticking out really far. There was some things that I wanted to do on here, but I don't remember what. I know one of them was to take this and cut it down just a little bit. And also, after doing that, I want to check the drive system because the drive system on this looked like it was bent. And I remember having to fix it on the one that my brother has because it had slid the clutch. So that's something I want to do with it without mangling that and without mangling this. Let's see if we can get this end cover off. If we can't get it off on this side, I'm not going to fight with it. We'll try getting it off on the other side. But here, I'll show you what this is. This is what it is right there. And then also here is the tag on the back of it. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not sure if this video is even going to get uploaded or not. More than likely this is just going to be one of those that I end up not uploading and just keeping because, well, I really don't like putting stuff like this out there and announcing that I have it, but at the same time it's kind of cool to see it and work on it. Let's see if we can get this thing off of here without mangling it. There we go. Cool. I don't think we screwed anything up. No, still looks good. Cool. Let's pop the wheel off. It's got a rivet. It's got a, there we go. Wheel looks good. Yeah, you can see where it has slipped right there. So here is your clutch assembly. Give me a second as I learn how to take this thing apart again. I'm just going to slide the axle out all the way. There we go. That's exactly what I was after, and this seems good, so that's good. I don't think this is supposed to be bent like that. Just take that and bend it up like so. That's how they're supposed to be right there. I'll just take that, bend it up like so. That, I believe, is how they are supposed to be. Yeah, that looks a lot better. They're not supposed to be angled like that was. When they're angled like that, that's when they start to slip and scratch the inner rim. So we need to figure out how long we need this to be. But I will show you this engine once I get it all done and back together. This thing is actually in remarkable shape. It's in actually a lot better shape than I thought it was. You're probably wondering how I found it or where I got it from or whatever. I actually got this off eBay. A friend of mine sent me the link to it on private messages, and he said, John, you should get this. And I told him, no, I don't think I need that. You should get it. Then we went back and forth about it for a while. It was an auction on eBay, and then it ended up with, well, as you see, it's sitting right here on my desk. So yeah, that went over very well. So let's just see, let's line that back up. Okay. Why is that not? I feel like that was actually supposed to be bent a little bit. That might have been it. There we go. There we go. Well, that seems like it took care of... No, it didn't, because it's sticking out over here. Yeah. There we go. Well, now it's sticking really far out on the opposite side. If we wanted to, we could just put it back together. I feel like it is supposed to stick out a little bit. Not that much. I really don't want to hit on. I'm so tempted to just... Trying to think of... There we go. So we're going to pull this side. Actually, on the second thought, no, we're not. There we go. That pushes that all the way through. So I'm not sure why that keeps on engaging itself. That's touching there. Yeah, it's still touching. I have a feeling I'm missing a spacer on this side. Which, yeah, I think I am. One over, it's supposed to go over here. Because this should be, I would think this should be out further to keep it from rubbing on that. Let me check something real quick. Call me insane, but I have an idea. I have this axle out of another parts Wilesco. I kind of played with it a little bit, and I have these little nuts over there in my cabinet, and these fit over it. So I have an idea for a spacer. This might end up being what we do, depending on if all of these fit over here or not. This is not the axle out of that. That's just another one I had. I'm gonna have to pull this back off. Damn it. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do that. There we go. But I guess I forgot. Let's see here. Trying to keep everything in the same spot and not let it move. I think I'm going to take that and get it aligned. On second thought, leave that alone for now. Let's play a game of how many nuts are we going to need. That one won't fit, that one's too small. Really? Where'd the one go that I had on there? Uh-huh. Different size. Shit. Yep. Different size. Let me try something else. We're going real low for this one. Here's a bunch of 7/16 nuts. Oh, they fit. And they fit perfect. I want to put a couple washers on there just so I don't scratch the paint. Nah, let's just throw these on. I'm going to look for another one of those spacers, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to find a thing. I'm going to change my mind. Let's just go ahead and get this back together because I don't really have enough patience to mess with that right now. One more, maybe two more. One more. There we go, look at that. That looks funny. Now this is temporary, this isn't permanent. Unless it works. And now we need to get that on. There we go. Grab our spacer, throw our spacer over here. Like so, there we go. I'm sure you guys want to see. Everything is in over here. We should be able to throw this on like that. There we go. Ha. Got it. I hate sliding that on here because I feel like I'm scratching it. There we go, look at that. On today's episode of how much are we going to scratch this thing up? If we're careful. I know somebody out there, I'm sure, is throwing a big fit right now, and to be honest, yes, I am too. Thinking, why the hell can't this retard figure out how to put a fucking thing together? And yeah, you'd be right. I'm saying the exact same thing. There we go. Can you get it? There we go. Let's try that. So hopefully that will work. So I think now actually I want to straighten those back out how I think they should be, but for right now I'm just going to leave that alone. See, that looks right now that we have it. That's why this had so much side to side play in it. I wondered about that. Although now, there. Ha! Look at that. Why does that have... Oh well. I think on that side... There we go. Doesn't click in really easy, but it clicks out nice. So yeah, there we go. I think we got that fixed. Now I'm sure all of you want to see this thing get fired up, so let's... I wasn't going to, but let's go on ahead and plan it out. So let's go on ahead and let's see about firing this thing up. This could be interesting. This could be fun, especially with this canopy being on here. I also cleaned it up off camera. That's on there now. There we go. shooting at this. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? I wonder if we were to take this stack off, if that would help. That might. Well, actually, that might help. I doubt I'll be able to get it in there. Oh, look at that. Can right through the hole. Nice. This is distilled water, by the way. I haven't put any fire stuff in it yet. We are halfway full of water. Let's see where that goes. I think I'm gonna leave it right there. So yeah. Let's see. Throw our valve back on. And we'll throw this back on. Next thing that we need to do is we need to do some oiling because I have not oiled it yet. What do you say we give it some oil? Need some oil. Might be running a little bit low. Keep thinking of my little roller where I took the canopy off. There we go. Might have been a little much, but there we go. Spin that up for a minute. Cool. So I think now, I wonder if we were to light those, what would happen? Let's try lighting them. Let's just see what it does. Because you figure that's what came with it. I don't really see any reason not to. Pull that back. There we go. Cool, they still burn. We'll give that a minute to heat up and then we will throw it in there. Just letting that warm up and build up some heat. That way when I shove it in there it doesn't go dead on me. Alright, let's see what happens. I do want to be careful. I really don't want to mess this thing up. It goes in there easier than it does on my roller. So I think right now I'm gonna let that warm up, and once I start hearing noise from it and it starts to warm up, I'll bring the camera back, or we'll check on it here in a bit and we'll see how it does. So I'm currently hearing signs of life. At least it sounds like. Sounds like it is. Feeling a little bit of pressure. Maybe not. Maybe that whistle's no good also. Let that go for a little bit longer. So here we go, now it's making noise. Literally right after I shut the camera off. I don't know if to really do much, but yeah, there you go. There's a sign of life. Let's see if it will run or not. There it goes. Thought about it, it wanted to. There it goes, it's thinking about it. There we go. Well, 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 look at that. It runs. Cool. Let me shoot some video of it here, and we'll see if it drives. All right, let's see if our little fix fixed it or not. Let's see if it will drive. Give me a second, I'm not used to having the canopy. Ready? Haha, look at that. It drives. Nice. I think we fixed it. So there we go. It stops. And it goes. And no, that's probably not the best thing to do while it's running. But hopefully bring it back. So yeah, there we go. I think I would go on ahead and call that a success. Let me see if I can find something that we can run it with. We can run off of it, and then we'll go from there. So getting back into this Wilesco, I had an idea. Last time you guys saw it, we had it running. We took some nuts and threw them on that side over there to act as a spacer. I found this. I'm not sure exactly if this is going to work or if we can cut this down to make it work. I would imagine that we would be able to, and another thing I want to do while I'm in there is bend the fork back out. Bend the fork back out straight. But my thought is to cut this piece down some, make sure it fits over that axle, cut it down some, throw it on there, and that should hopefully act as a spacer. I can get those nuts back, and also that will look a little bit better than having a bunch of nuts in there. So yeah, let's see about taking this off here. Can we do it carefully, or at least without damaging this? There we go. Cool. And I think another thing I want to do while I'm in here is put some oil, or grease actually, on that rod. So we want to go in, we want to put a mark on this piece. And that mark will determine how big we want to cut this. Or how long we want this once we cut it. So holding that flat against there. Oh, that'll slide over that, perfect. Good. We want to cut it right there. Right where that line is. And then once we cut it where that line is, we'll take it up front, clean it up, and do whatever we need to in order to clean it up, make it nice. Then we'll throw it on there, and yeah, hopefully that. Well, moment of truth. I guess let's see what happens. It's either gonna work or we cut it too short. Which actually it looks just right. But nothing says that that's the right size either. There we go, that actually looks better. I don't know which side of this is the inside and which side of this is the outside, so I'm just gonna assume which side looks better. There we go. That actually looks good to me. Grab my grease gun. We'll throw some grease on there. And then we'll pull the other wheel off and do the same thing. So being careful, here's my little grease gun. Just a small, I said small, little bit. See what that does. There we go. Spin that around a little. There we go. Cool. So now that spins around nice. It did move around nice earlier, but I still would like to make sure that it's in good shape. So let's get the cap thrown on there wherever that went to. And hopefully that'll preserve the life of it a little bit. here. I'm tempted to put a little bit of grease on the greers, but I don't really think that they need it. Actually, I do want to bend that fork just up a little bit, enough to fix that. There we go. There we go. That's not bad no more. There we go. Those are nice and straight. This side's the inside. Hopefully that's enough and not too much. I just don't want to get grease all over everything. And I think while I'm in here doing that, I'm so tempted just to put a little bit on that gear, but at the same time, that would probably be better with oil. That's probably too much grease. Spin it around a little bit to help it move around. I wonder if I should have put some of that. You know, I wonder if I should take a spacer out of there and put some grease inside there. Make that spin easier. I feel like I already did though when I put it back together. I can't remember if I did or not. We'll just leave it alone for right now. Yeah, there we go. Forward, backwards. Feels like it moves a little bit easier than it did. Especially now. That moves and everything in there looks good, so I mean, yeah, well. Do we want to do the front wheels or do we want to leave them alone? We probably want to leave them alone for now. Really the only ones that we need to do are the back ones. So yeah.
And then when the little bubble of watery steam touches the boiler, just evaporates it.
You guys are on YouTube right now. Say hi. I've got my camera recording because I was doing a video on this one.
Over that way. Look where slow mine's going.
That's funny though that Wilesco is actually turning that sewing machine over.
Jack, you see how slow mine's going? Look at that. That's crazy.
John, basically, look how fast mine is going. That's like
look how slow mine's going though. It's going the absolute slowest it can.
Look what mine's doing though. It's spinning more than you guys.
It's flying. Mine is flying.
Jack, don't let it run away. Oh. Let's close it, let it build up a bit more. I can't see my water level.
Alright guys, I want to take a second and thank all you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If this is your first time checking out my channel, please consider going down below, hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. It tells YouTube that you guys like your videos and want to see more. It tells myself the same thing. Helps the channel grow, helps the video get around if you hit the like button and also leave me a comment. I would really appreciate it. I read the comments and I appreciate it when people show their support for the channel. Hit the like button. With that being said, I know this is out of the ordinary of stuff that we do on the channel. However, I am into steam engines. I like steam engines. I like locomotives, traction engines, you name it. So this is kind of at the same time in the normal. I'm trying to branch off a little bit and get into other things. I like the garden tractors, but I'm playing with other things, but at the same time messing with them still, so there you go. It was pretty cool to hook the roll her up to the sewing machine over here and run it. I was on a call with a couple friends of mine. We were going to live stream it, but unfortunately the software that we were going to use for the live stream wasn't exactly working all that well, so we didn't get to do that. We might try it again someday. Don't know, we'll see. But yeah, let's see if we can get this to spin this one final time before we end the video. There we go. Alright guys, with that being said, I think this is going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching. I'm going to let this thing run for a bit, and I will catch all of you in the next video. Take care guys. Bye. And I think that's all she wrote.